and king of the court. Well, it's absolutely stunning here in Luxembourg. We are here for 3 days of enthralling competition with the best teams in Europe who look to battle it out for the second ever European trophy in this very exciting format. Well, welcome back to Luxembourg. There's some serious conversations going on in the crowd as Louis Let with you in the commentary box, joined with Rich Lambourne, Richie, Olympic gold medalist, Olympic coach. Welcome back, sir.
To the king's side, and these are the names we want to bring on the court in
well, we have a look at the weather. Here is at 24 degrees Celsius. It's getting warmer. I think Richie is in America right now. I'm here, so I think there's a connection issue here and there, but it is absolutely joyous to be here with you. And we're ready for a men's round coming up next. We've got some of the best men's teams in the world at the moment as Pulisic, Feiner, Gautier, Rad and crew.
Match overview about the group stage.
Bolle and Sengers, Lupo and Rossi, and then the local team of Weber and Hilbert. What a moment for them.
So take your place, and then in a few moments we're gonna bring in the officials. I'm gonna introduce you.
Well, the rules, 5 teams will start. The 5th place team will drop into the 5th place playoff after around the 15 minutes. Then there's around the 15 minutes where the 4th place team will drop into the main playoff a little bit later on. Top 3 teams qualify for the quarterfinals. You can only score from the King's End. There it is on the left-hand side of your picture. And well, the number 1 seeded team here this week are Niels Ehlers and Clemens Wickler, as smiles and waves from all of the crowd. But Pulisic and Schweiner are ranked at 2 in the seeding this week, and they've already won a huge event, an Elite 16 Pro Tour in Uberlania earlier on this year.
Experienced player and winner last year of an elite tournament in Turkey this year.
Well, the first team to make their way into the arena, chasing a dream of playing home Olympic Games in Paris. Youssef Crew and his partner Anud Gautier. They won the Torquay Elite last year. It's a fantastic performance, and they've also had some brilliant results on the Challenge Court, and they take the Jack card already. They're the 4th place ranked team in this competition due to that fantastic end of the season that they had, that win in Torquay. Well, all the way back now in December, where they beat Hodges and Schubert in the final, who have just had a really good run themselves. Talking about champions, here are the Dutch champions of King of the Court from a couple of weeks ago in Dirk Bolle and Mez Sengers. And that's an exciting partnership. Sengers just 18 years old, Dirk Bolle 29, but they know how to win in this form out of the game.
And a really strong indoor player who also,
well, more high-profile legends coming out. Daniele Lupo played for such a long time with Paolo Nicolai, but at the start of last season, teamed up with Alex Ranieri. That one didn't work, so then came Enrico Rossi, stopping playing with Adrian Karambula. And now this is a team to be reckoned with on the World Tour. Lupo 31, Rossi 29, and they won the Torquay Challenger last year as well together. But looking back on Lupo is a 3-time European champion.
Last year in Munich, did you travel to Munich last year as well? It was a silver medal, and they're one of the rising stars in the last months. Please give it up for Andrej Perisic.
Well, a big introduction for Andrej Perisic and David Schweiner. They've since that Euro beach volley silver medal in Munich last year have gone and won that gold medal in Uberlania, a big result for them, and they are out here looking for a European Championship and Queen and King of the Court. They're outstanding men and outstanding athletes as well. And have a listen to this. Big moment for Steve Weber. And Colin Hilbert from Luxembourg. And look at these in training, have some good skills on them, that's for sure. Let's see how they fare against some of the world's best. And rumor has it that Rich Lambourne might be with us now.
I've been here the whole time. it's just intermittently you can hear me or not hear me.
I can hear you loud and clear, so it's lovely to have you back all the way from the USA. There are our 5 teams. Great little pool, this one. And as always, interested to see Luxembourg.
This is an unbelievable pool, and I'm ecstatic about the return of Dirk Bolle. One of my favorites, and he's always so exciting in this format of the game.
And he had heartbreak, didn't he, last year in Utrecht in the European Championships, kicked out right on the buzzer. And it was one of the biggest plays that we've seen alongside the drama we had last month in Hamburg. As well, almost a great start for Luxembourg. They're going to have a chance here, Luxembourg. But Dirk Bolle, there's your guy, Richie. Have a look at him. He's like a little squirrel, isn't he?
Yeah, the squirrel with some pop right there, as we see in the angle.
Two great digs from Dirk Bolle. And as I was saying earlier on, they've already won the Dutch National Championships of King and Queen of the Court, which, I mean, when you're in the Netherlands and all the best teams are there, that's an outstanding achievement.
It really is, yeah. And you mentioned he's only 29 years of age, which is insane to me. He seems like such an elder statesman, so distinguished, my guy, Dirk.
I mean, they say the same about us, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know. Certainly not to our faces.
Yeah, 100%. Pad over the top. And if you get padding the ball, that's going to play right into the hands of Daniele Lupo, but I think the net played into his hands as well.
Yeah. Well done.
Great serve straight down the middle. There's your guy, Richie. Oh, Luxembourg! Luxembourg! Let's go. Live your dream.
Yeah, the entire city goes nuts. Really well timed right there on the swat.
Yeah, I mean, saw these two guys in training. They certainly weren't short on giving it a good crack in their aggression, and some good skills as well. But well, that's a great turn.
But now they've got an idea how it is over on the king's side.
Yeah, it's amazing how difficult it can be against the world's top teams, and this certainly is one of those teams right here in Preußisch-Schweiner.
I mean, they tried to hurry up the Czechs there, but you just saw how calm Perisic was when he didn't have the ball. Unfortunately, he couldn't convert, though.
On the king's side.
Here's Mez Sengers trying to crush the angle, but all he does is find the hands of Rossi, I think.
A little tape, little hands of Rossi.
Lupo has a couple of looks at the court before choosing to go into the angle, and there's one away. And Richie, there's your guy. That is actually your guy right there.
It's the rat dog. Got a lot of guys in this group.
Yeah, I mean,
Dirk got Arnaud.
And you've got Flo here as well, who he just they made the quarterfinals yesterday, but my guys from England had a side out on the buzzer. They got themselves down to the King's End and missed their side out to go through to the quarterfinals instead of Flo and Marco. It was close. It was to the wire. Well, I mean, no one more casual than Youssef Krou at the moment out there with his setting hands. One of the best.
He is not afraid to break those things out.
No. I mean, he is in great nick, isn't he, Youssef Krou?
Yeah, he's also very adept at your favorite thing, the knuckle. Okay. You see all varieties from him in that one.
I still wondered where that was going. Could have gone in many a direction, that. As a pass from Gauthier is a good one, just a bit of a quick hand. That's an off-the-net swing. Good chance for Luxembourg, and that's a really smart swing, and the underhand knuckle. I have to say, that's a good decision. 3 meters off the net to hit that deep ball on the money.
1, 2,
Luxembourg
It is.
put a point up there on the scoreboard, everyone. Luxembourg have arrived. And it was short-lived. Like many of my great
It was short-lived enthusiasm, but enthusiasm nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly. They'll get their way back down there. I like them. And it's interesting because the fifth place team will go into the fifth place playoff, as we know. And that currently has 2 teams from Luxembourg, and then Samoilovs and Smedins standing out like a, yeah, well, just standing out in there with their couple of European championships and whatever else they've got away from the body. Not their best day yesterday, but standing out like a sore thumb was probably a good way to put it.
Just a question to the blockers, please.
Dirk Bolle.
And stay on my side.
Oh, he's, I think he's left a little bit of line there from
Over to my side.
Schweiner Ritchie.
Yeah, it just barely missed it. He had the shot he wanted, just kind of overturned it.
Attack the line.
Yeah, maybe the Czechs have just left that slither to Dirk Bolle, and this is that sideline. As,
0 in the books.
oh, great. Oh, Daniela Lupo. Casual. Some good beach volleyball, Rich.
Yeah, that's looky what I found. David puts an end to that.
Oh, hang on. Youssef, let's go. I mean, he's just caught the baseline, and it's so interesting, this game, because some teams come out just trying to serve absolute bullets. Others are just trying to put the ball on a really good position on the court, and that from Crew wasn't too hard, but the placement was obviously perfect.
Yeah. The more you can combine the both of those things that you mentioned there, Louis, the better your serve is, of course. Placement and power. And there's the knuckle.
That's it. That's sort phenomenal. Does all sorts of things to me. The knuckle back to the line. I like it as we see the lefty knuckle come out nowadays. There's so many variations. All right, from the left side, Enrico Rossi just, I mean, didn't look like he wanted to get out of the sand there, but then rose like a salmon.
Tries to get over on the king side.
That's the thing, huh?
Yeah, of course it's coming from a guy that's never
That's a new expression for me, rising like a salmon. I
Yeah.
like it.
Coming from a man that's never risen like any sort of salmon ever, but let's go. Out of system, let's go. Leap like a salmon again. Oh, there you go. Pat to the line with the left.
Enrico Rossi.
Okay.
Yeah, phenomenal set there from Benji, and then just, yeah.
Serve to the sideline. That's it's a little bit off the net, so the high percentage swing turns into a little bit more angle, but Lupo just stays super quick on it, I think.
16 in Brazil. Wow, great serve.
Ouch.
Czech Republic.
Interesting to see Perisic Schweiner on 1 with, we're almost halfway through. But watch them go and get 10 or 11 very quickly.
Points for the guys from
Yeah,
Czech
yeah,
Republic.
they're one of those teams that even when they're at the bottom of the table, you don't feel like they're in any trouble, but stranger things have happened in this format, Lou.
Oh, Luxembourg, great dig, looking for a handover, and I mean fair play for asking the question, but I would look more at the overset for the moment. A little bit too tight, Richie, for me.
Little tight, little tight.
Oh, but they got their way over there anyway. And Luxembourg, okay. Could you imagine Luxembourg kick out Perisic and Schweiner?
That would send this crowd into a frenzy, Lou.
Stranger things have happened at sea, Richie.
Stranger things have happened in small countries tucked in between larger countries in Europe.
Exactly, there is no sea. It's a terrible, terrible phrase. Here we go. 3 for Bolle Sengers. All right, Dirk, what have you got? Oh, Sengers loves hitting that ball away from the body. And that's, yeah, looks very simple for Perisic and Schweiner.
It's amazing how physical and smooth that looks, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. But the pass is under a bit of pressure here for, as you call him, the Red Dog. Oh, wow. Youssef, you're a cheeky man.
Cheeky man indeed. Yeah, that was well-timed, well-timed. Good decision.
Yeah, it really was. Just falling away on the left foot. Managed to find some balance and, well, Red Dot still with Pelicic and Schweiner, and could go any way this because Luxembourg are right in the hunt. Oh, big lefty slap. I mean, Youssef Crew, I mean, he's got everything, isn't he? We've seen the knuckle, we see the ball over on two, we see him go with the left.
Yeah, and not to be overlooked is the tomahawk dig and control. Arnaud in the backcourt there on that last play.
Is that a cap that you would like, Richard? The old Rat Dog and Crew cap. Anyway.
Of course. I'm not much of a hat guy, but that's one I would have to throw on.
Am I right that we go to the 5-minute timing? Have a look at this. Luxembourg are loving it. They're right in the mix. The crowd are right with them. I said in training they were good, Richie, the other day. They were aggressive. They went after it. And it is a perfect potion for the King of the Court formats. They can be very proud, but I don't think they've quite got their way through yet.
2 points. Team Luxembourg, 3 points.
No, still a lot of time left to go, but they've shown some class out there, and it's been impressive, and certainly the crowd has delighted.
Well, nobody was expecting to see Perisic and Schweiner at the bottom, being led by Luxembourg with 5 minutes left on the clock, Rich.
Certainly not. Certainly not. As we talk about extensively, there's plenty of time left for those boys, and we know a couple side outs are relatively easy for them, but they've kind of had some issues serve receive when they've gotten down to the King's End. So if they can shore that up, you like their chances. But as you said, stranger things have happened at sea.
It's true.
And we could be headed out that way.
It's true. All facts coming from this mouth, Richie. As Perisic Schweiner took a fourth in Ostrava. They would have liked to have gone the whole way, but they were in the semis. And then Uberlania, they won that one, which was absolutely phenomenal for them. They've had a lot of times finishing second, so it's just another great step in their journey. And okay, now it's interesting because they've kept life very simple here, and now they have their opportunity.
So they need the points. Team Czech Republic.
I mean, every single time, Rich, the pass has gone, but also that's a great serve to the sideline.
Yeah, great serve, yeah, and it's just, it is a bit surprising, however, that a team with the class of Perisic and Schweiner is having that amount of difficulty dealing with it.
Yeah, I tend to agree. That's, if you leave Lupo the line, I think he's going to have a good time on that right side. That one's out the back, though.
That set got a little off the net, it looked like, huh?
Yes, certainly did. And then struggled to pull your arm through, but struggled for a little bit of rhythm. That one's still flying 350. Are Luxembourg going to make the next round of Pool D? That's going to be the big question. No team have done that yet, Rich. Carrying the flag.
Well, their chances continue to improve here as Perisic and Schweiner just missed that last serve, so one of those kind of plays runs out the clock on the Czech boys.
Could you imagine having Perisic and Schweiner, Samoilovs and Smedins in the 5th place playoff round? I mean, yeah, I mean, this format does surprise on a regular basis, so let's see. That's a really good knuckleback from Medsengers because we see him want to bang angle the whole time, and in turn that one matches that bang angle really nicely. Oh, what a turn!
Yeah. That was a beautiful play there. I like the dig, and then they immediately run around to the right side, create some space.
And the high line as well. Hang on, Luxembourg are not going home.
Yeah, that was a big one because it was against Perisic and Schweiner, who you would think have maybe 2 more chances, 3 tops.
Yeah, well, we were saying, we're talking about, this pairing and one of the other pairings on the way back. I was with the English boys and the Czech boys, and we're saying how we think this team could go and play in the futures quite easily. They play a lot of small nations, SCD nations, Luxembourg, but good hammer from Rad, and they'll know themselves that the longer they stay down the king side, they'll eliminate Perisic and Schweiner, and in turn make their qualification easier to the quarterfinals. Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, indeed. If you can get rid of a top team, it bodes well for you as the tournament progresses.
Well, this is it, Richard. This is it. Over the top. Let's go. Perisic to stay in. Oh, he's been stuffed. Second chance. There's an aerial on the way. No, there's not. What a set. What a set!
That was unbelievable, Louis. I mean, what a play to come up with in that circumstance right there.
Unbelievable,
Knuckle pokey
Rich.
dodging the ref standard.
That's play of the day for me so far. Yeah, exhilarating, and that little bit of special play could be enough to see Perisic Schweiner through, because, oh no, Lupo. How casual. That's Bartosz Wozniak style. That's very tight. Is there a net touch somewhere?
There is on Lupo.
Oh.
All right, well, now things are getting interesting, my friend.
Well, let's see if Mez Sengers can make a block here. Passes off the net a little bit. Dirk Bolle. Senger's got to come over. Oh my days, Mez Sengers has maybe just broken the hearts of the Czech Republic, and maybe there's going to be a plaque with his face on in Luxembourg.
I'm going to remove the maybe from that sentence. That absolutely did it right there, I think.
Put a picture up of Mez Sengers,
Who's gonna leave this match?
because he's just got Luxembourg to the next round. That's a tomahawk back on one. Can you believe that Perisic Schweiner are going to the 5th place playoff, Richie? Oh my days!
Oh my days, yeah, that's it. I mean, I would have lost a tremendous amount of money going into this round right here. You would have told me that Perisic Schweiner were going to be coming out in 5th.
And that is Queen and King of the Court, ladies and gentlemen. You never know what to expect, but what a moment for Luxembourg. They have just knocked out Perisic and Schweiner. Yes, the team who took 2nd last year in Euro Beach Volley, who won on the Beach Pro Tour in Uberlândia. What a special moment for them.
Yeah, indeed, and the home fans couldn't love it more. Still lots more volley to play, though. They'd love to get into that quarterfinal directly, certainly.
Yeah, absolutely.
15 more minutes to try and secure that spot.
Well, Perisic and Schweiner currently 6th in the world, and fortunately will be playing in the 5th place playoff. And if you're Samoilovs and Smedins, you're going to be smiling, because it's going to be a mouth-watering 15-minute playoff that we're going to have a little bit later on. But there you go, your guy, Arnaud Gauthier, Rad, and Youssef Crew top the standings. Great hair on the rap dog nowadays as well, Richie.
Well, indeed, and you can see when you got great hair like that, you don't wear a hat. You let it flow, you know what I mean?
Rumor has it that you've started growing the old Mohican back.
Well, yeah, it's a daily struggle. Because it's a process, right? And there's like so many middle stages of it that are so, I don't know, disheartening, I guess. That,
Well, talking of hair, we're going to have a look at some highlights.
Okay.
France on the king side. And
Well,
the Dutch guys
that was a surprise to most people. Number 6 in the world, winners in Uberlândia, Perisic and Schweiner are taking an early bath because they've been knocked out in the opening round, but we'll see them back in the 5th place playoff. That means that they need two playoff rounds to make the quarterfinals now, and it could be much easier, because if you make top 3 in this pool, you just sail straight through to the playoffs. And Well, now they have to do it the long way alongside Samoilov Smedins. One of those teams are going home. I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's shocking indeed, and it's interesting how sometimes, I don't know, circumstances conspire against you. They got to the King's End plenty of times, but just couldn't get the reception tightened.
Or 2 points even. Sorry, Daniele. But I was wondering. So we just hit the brakes and take
A little scoreboard correction necessary here. Lupo Rossi put up a couple.
So maybe
Want to make sure they get credited for those, Louis.
Yeah. Also a chance to clean the shades as well, which is...
That's how it works. Now we're talking.
Yeah, making sure the scoreboard's right. Lupo's just having a little look.
2 points.
Well, Rich, we had a bit of a pause yesterday. Samoilovs and Smedins in a real close round as well, and we had to go back 25 seconds, and they were going out, and it looked like they were going to have one more little go at it, maybe with 10 seconds left, or to have a serve and try and get to the King's End. It was going to be very close. Maybe they never got a chance, but in the end, they never got a chance because we replayed 2 or 3 phases, and there were longer rallies than the time before, and then they were eliminated. But we are underway again. And Luxembourg!
Atop the table, Lou.
I cannot believe it. But they are proving themselves every single point here. Was talking to the Luxembourg head coach yesterday, formerly their indoor coach for 12 years, and then, well, that sort of role finished, and they said, "You fancy coaching a bit of beach?" And he was like, "Okay then," and that was that. That was his story. Coached in France indoors.
So let's see if this is right. All the
former Russian, so coached out in, went out to Russia for a month, learned his trade of beach volleyball with the Russian teams, and then came back to Luxembourg and got going with the job. Fair play.
Chance to get the point. Second concept. Oh my goodness! Out of the shoulder!
The old no-look fadeaway, Richie.
Yeah, that's a great little sizzle down the line.
I think now every team's knowing that Luxembourg mean a bit of business in this competition.
Bringing Italy over to the King's sides.
Yeah, indeed, they are not to be overlooked. Lupo nicely on that angled shot.
Yeah, Lupo, I think, has got quite a good read on Luxembourg now on that sort of like crossbody chop of Hilbert, and also Weber has to work really hard to make his cross-court angles. There's twice where he's managed to sit on the line and see it, and then make a move into the cut shot quite late. Now he gets a chance to side out. Oh, my days. It was everywhere. but not the second time of asking. This is,
He swatted a few up there already.
yeah, big swatter. Big swatter Weber. That's a really nice play from Enrico Rossi, just turning it with speed.
As I mentioned before,
Interesting if you're France right now.
indoors in Italy, probably the best league in the world. Getting out into the sand, playing with Adrian Carambula.
Good hands from Crew. Now France.
Good strong push by Youssef. Not easy as the blocker on those joust situations.
Yeah.
How about that dig from Lupo?
Fantastic dig. And also, you wouldn't want to take Crew on anything that involves somebody being strong, right?
Right, yeah, he's a very sturdily built Youssef fitness enthusiast.
And also, just one of life's great guys. Saw him outside the sports center yesterday, just chilling, led down, reading a book, making the most of his time. He's a very kind and charismatic man, Youssef Crew.
Yeah.
So the red dot.
Oh, he's a little bit Jason Momoa-ish, right? Like, he doesn't have the long hair anymore, but I get that complexion and that vibe.
I have no idea who you're talking about, but yeah, I'm with you.
That's Khal Drogo or Aquaman, you know?
Ah, now I'm with you. Hang on, I'm going to Google it for good measure. Oh yeah, yeah.
Standing in
No,
the
who you mean.
direction where Enrico wanted to run
Yeah,
to.
absolutely. For those at home, you should Google Aquaman. Big
Team Luxembourg,
Big fella.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
likes
You'll have the
water.
same reaction that Louis having.
Yeah. big guy.
Have a view
Looks
on
like Youssef
the
Crew.
referees. They're counting how
Anyway.
many services
Service.
go off in a row. If
Coming
this
from,
one goes on,
Daniele
it's
Lupo.
counted.
Oh, Sengers takes a wide one, loves banging into the angle of Med Sengers, and Rossi knows that, so Rossi just gets his hands all over it. You said he had little hands earlier on there, big hands there, Richie.
Yeah, that was a well-timed move as well.
Great overview.
Faster line against, rather than this Volley Sengers who are still chasing to stay and make the quarters. Oh, that's a Daniele Lupo, I think, at his very best because he works the line so well. When he starts hitting the sideline there, it's a very good mixture of swings.
Yeah, that was a great swing. Works in enough of those to keep you honest.
World-class player, the ball touched the line.
Well, Lupo Rossi are going through to the quarterfinals. I am sure of it. Again, I'm not getting the crystal ball out. I just know it. Oh, Lupo. Who says that Daniele Lupo just plays shots, Rich?
Any ball.
I'm not sure who says that, but
No.
clearly that is not the case.
Certainly not the case. That is an absolute hammer from Daniele.
Italy with the
I
next
mean,
one.
he is a three-time European champ
And here we
of Euro
come.
Volley.
10 points, Italy.
Absolutely outstanding. Interesting
All the other teams are really
how
close together.
the Italians changed partners at the back end of last year. Rossi leaving Carambula after a phone call from Lupo, and then well, Carambula Ranieri teaming up, and they also look like they're going incredibly well. Carambula Ranieri at the moment.
For the homies.
Yeah, it's been quite the resurgence from that recoupling.
Yeah, 17 in the world, Carambula Ranieri at the moment. Lupo Rossi 28, so yeah, you can see that it's just favouring Carambula. And also a shout out to Hodges Schuber, who are up to 7 in the world after winning the Challenger in Yermala, but then backing that up with a win at the Asian Champs, beating Qatar on the way through, which is another outstanding week for them.
Not a perfect reception.
This is all about Europe, so we'll focus on that.
Setting is a really good one from Dergolé. Oh, he didn't have the perfect.
Well,
These are important points now here.
Team France is struggling.
Volley Sengers have their chance And they're finding their serve here, aren't they, Luxembourg? Serving and blocking, not a problem. Sengers stays high. That's a great work because he's hit the angle quite hard and got blocked out a few times. Now he's just staying a bit higher. Great set from Dirk Bolle. Great knuckle back to the line from Sengers. That means that these two are probably, well, not safe yet, but looking a bit more comfortable. Great hands in the block from Youssef Cruz, watching everything underneath the net. Oh, out the back, and that's opened the door up for France. As you call him, the rat dog.
Yeah, big chance here for them. They don't want to go into that final 5 minutes chasing.
Oh, what a dig. It was another...
Part digs, part self-preservation, right, Lou?
Yeah, absolutely. Self-preservation probably, yeah, the main one there. That was a hammer. Knuckle from Youssef Cruz. That's what we like from Youssef Cruz. You know? It doesn't all have to be hammers. It can just be a little knuckle over the top. Remember when he knuckled so much we thought
he directs that knuckle so well.
He does. But remember when he knuckled so much we thought he had a shoulder injury, and then I don't think he had a shoulder injury. He was just knuckling it around for fun.
Yeah.
Was I with you that week?
Discretion is the better part of valor, I guess.
Yeah. It's like he must have a shoulder issue. No, everything's fine. Just enjoy knuckling it, Louis. Oh no, no worries. Serve out the back. Bolle Sengers on 4 and Luxembourg on 3, so it's very tight unless you're Lupo Rossi, and then you know that you are just fine here. Entertaining round this though, Rich. We've had a bit of everything, haven't we? We've had a laugh, but we've also got some of the best players in the world. We've had the surprise of Perisic and Schweiner as well.
Really strong, 12 points.
Yeah, certainly that was the biggest surprise in this round. Luxembourg chasing as we go into this final 5 minutes of this second 15-minute section. But they've really been quite impressive.
They have and Hilbert chasing up with 3 at the moment, but we know that they can make blocks, we know that they can make defensive plays, and well, that 4th place round will be exciting because it's a 15-minute round, 5 minutes where the winning team go through to the quarterfinals. So you've got to come out and bring your A game.
We're going to bring back the guys and just try to make it really loud. I also want to ask, where the fans from Team Italy?
It's warming up out there, you can tell. The fans got a little beads of sweat going.
I don't know how it is where you are at the moment, Richard. It's 24 degrees. It's not bad at all. It's a comfortable t-shirt and shorts weather here in Luxembourg.
Let's go.
Well, that's I wish that's what it was like here. It's disgustingly hot where I am.
I can imagine. Good for golf though, Rich. Maybe not.
I'm not sure. We're you know, getting near 40 degrees Celsius with humidity, so it's less than ideal.
Well, just a pause here as not sure what for. I saw Gauthier just wipe his glasses, but Crew gets back underway with another hammer. A bit more self-preservation for Luxembourg, but that would have been a miraculous play. Great dig. But France are really flying here, and you've got to be impressed, Rich. I mean, at the moment, they're seeded 4 for this competition because of their winning the Elite 16 last year, but they also are 12 in the world, and you've got to say that they're putting themselves in a position to qualify outright for Paris at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, and I don't know. Obviously, I like both of those guys a tremendous amount. You know, Youssef and Arnaud, great dudes. And it seems like there's a little bit of interesting politics going on with that automatic bid.
Yeah, well,
Paris Games next year.
Lionel Bassarou, 2 players that have been brought from indoor to transfer onto the beach, and then also the IA brothers pushing for a spot too. So competition is high, and it's yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see what the federation do, Richie.
Yeah, I mean, if what I was reading is it all correct, and who knows if it is. It seems like they're keen to give that spot to Lionel Bassarou.
Yeah, which is also what I heard through the grapevine.
Yeah, is a bit confusing, but you know, who knows what goes on behind the scenes and so forth. But you feel for Gauthier, Rat, and Crew as they've been out representing their country for such a long time and doing so well, really coming on. So I'm certainly pulling for them to qualify on their own merits and not have to be caught up in that game of politics, so to speak.
I think the whole volleyball community is on that side as well, really. Bassarou now at the moment 32 in the world. So there's 20 places, the difference between the two teams on results as it stands. And it's interesting to see, we're talking about always developing talent coming in from the indoor into the beach. And like, there's outstanding volleyball players, but it does take time to adapt, doesn't it, Rich? It takes time to learn all, as you would say, the wrinkles of the sport.
Yeah, indeed. And now we got a little situation going on here.
We have got a situation.
On center court with 2 minutes.
Unlike us to get sidetracked, Rich.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's an interesting topic to go back to, but we do have some drama developing.
Oh,
oh.
Unlucky. That's
unlucky, yeah, that.
Match. Netherlands against Luxembourg. That's the story.
Difficult. That's pressure, isn't it? You get down to the King's End and you've really got to look after what you're thinking about, your thought processes, etc., and stay calm. But they've done incredibly well. It might be Luxembourg heading towards the playoff round. Unless.
How about that contact from Dirk Bolle, though?
I think you'd be in awe of Dirk Bolle brushing his teeth, Rich.
Well, certainly brushing his hair. He's got a great lid as well.
He has got a great lid, yeah. Fantastically. We'll serve into the net this time from Luxembourg. That was the big play as... I mean, they need to get down there. Not only do they need to get down there, they also need to make at least 2 points and then hope on the longest stay. So I think for Luxembourg, that's the end of the road for the time being. And Dirk Bolle is going with the skyball to try and take away a little bit more time from Luxembourg. All right, Luxembourg, I reckon you could just do this, but this has to be magic. Pull a rabbit out of the hat, boys. Oh, almost.
Tear off his shirt. Great effort about that.
It looked like it might happen, Lou.
It did. It looked like the rabbit was going to be pulled, but tooled off in the end, and well, the rat dog makes a great swing. We've got a few in here for the afternoon session. Richie Luxembourg getting into this. Jumbo, what a way to finish the rat.
And it is game over, unfortunately. Leider müssen wir uns verabschieden.
Well, there you have it. Luxembourg drop into the 4th place playoff later on. They can be so proud of that performance. Richie, have you been impressed, maybe surprised with the level here and what Luxembourg have to offer?
Well, surprised just in the sense that, you know, I've never had the opportunity to see them play, but it was very impressive. Great blocking, great swap blocking up there, and I love how aggressive they both were offensively.
Yeah, well, they joined
you know, obviously the service pressure from all these teams makes it tough once you get down to that King's End to actually score, but they certainly showed that they can hang.
Das Beste, was ich je hatte, und vielen Dank für alle, die da sind, die supporten. Mega, Dankeschön.
Es ist ja noch nicht vorbei. Das habe ich ja gerade eben gesagt. Es geht ja noch was. Ihr habt ja noch eine Chance. Kennt ihr die Regeln eigentlich gut genug? Habt ihr vorher dafür trainiert?
Nö. Wir kommen immer dahin, wo es heißt, dass wir Beachvolleyball spielen müssen, und wir geben unser Bestes immer.
Nicht müssen, dürfen. Guck mal, ich habe noch was ihr als Belohnung vielleicht an das Publikum geben könnt. Bevor ihr die reinwerft, bitte einmal unterschreiben, dann sind die deutlich mehr wert. Also, es gibt signierte Beachvolleybälle. Was gibt's da zu lachen? Ihr seid Team Luxembourg. Die sind so bescheiden, lachen sich schlapp, weil sie hier mitspielen dürfen. Aber sie vertreten ein ganzes Land, wenngleich es vielleicht nicht das allergrößte ist. Aber ihr habt unglaublich viel Werbung für diesen Sport gemacht.
I think they said it was great to have their support and they gave it their all. We'll go with that, Richie.
Well, I would have lost on the quiz show if you asked me what language do they speak in Luxembourg? I don't know that I would have guessed German. I'm not sure what I would have guessed, but...
That's not even the language, Richie. There's about 5, I think. Luxembourgish, they talk French. English is getting whipped around. Yeah, it's an interesting one, to say the least. It's a very multicultural society.
Yeah, they're kind of surrounded on all sides by different languages, so they just adopt them all, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think Luxembourg is a mixed match of everything. Well, there's some highlights. They've done brilliantly. Steve Weber and Colin Hilbert. They go into the 4th place playoff with Bielakos Batrain, Sedlak Dumek, Kane Rotar, and then the winner of the 5th place playoff that includes 2 teams from Luxembourg, Samoilos Medins and Perisic and Schweiner. So either it's going to be a good 4th place playoff, I tell you.
Yeah, how about that? In the 5th place round, we have 2 of the best teams to ever come out of Europe.
Unbelievable. So then there were 15 minutes left, Rich. And now the winner takes a golden ball, but all 3 teams have made their way to the quarterfinals. And Dirk Bolle and Med Sengers, they can breathe a sigh of relief. But these were, as I said in our car chats today, Bolle Sengers certainly were our tip to go through as a little bit of an underdog top 3, just because they're so experienced playing this format of the game now.
Yeah, that isn't to be overlooked, right? Kind of experience with this format. The Dutch teams do play it a little bit more frequently, I think.
Yeah, and they can take great confidence out of their win in the Dutch national competition for King and Queen of the Court. I mean, Graham Newsom were there, I think Bowerman's played, I think Anderveld played. I think it was a full pack, so to speak, that entered that competition, and they came out as the winners. It's race to 15. Let's see what Dirk Bolle's got. Med Sengers just tries to brush that second ball, and yep, a little bit of frustration for Sengers.
Yeah, that's maybe the right choice, just wrong execution, which you see somewhat frequently. Those are the kind of, quote-unquote mistakes that you don't get too wrapped up in, because you want to be making the right decisions.
Can you make bad choices and make poor execution, Richie? Is that a thing?
Yeah, well, I think that's how you would describe both of our games.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone should know.
There was poor execution, but at least there was also poor decision.
Yeah, exactly. At least you compounded that poor decision.
It doesn't matter what the clock does.
Lupo Rossi on 4. Wouldn't surprise me if they run to 15, but not if Lupo passes one in the car park. That's going to be a struggle.
Is the winner of this final round.
Indeed. It reminds me, Lou, when you're at the golf course and you just bang your putt nowhere near the hole, and you go, if it weren't for the line and the speed, that was a good putt.
Yeah, exactly. I've been done it. I had a 50-footer the other day that I had 30-foot past. That wasn't fun either.
What'd you hit it with, your 9-iron?
Yeah, something like the longest green I've ever seen, and it went off the back of the green. Yeah, it wasn't my finest moment. Yeah. Speed judgment, not my thing. Anyway, passes into a good zone. Med Sengers gets blocked out wonderfully from Youssef Crew. Aguaman getting up and slotting it down.
One-handed action there.
Look at that from the rally. He looks so calm in those situations. I enjoy watching over time players progress, Rich. And I think in the job that we do, we really get to oversee progression from our seats, don't we? And Arnuda's one of those who's just got so much better with time. He's doing so well.
Funny action on the court.
Yeah, started out, playing with Quincy Aye a lot. They kind of made their mark a little bit. Joined new partners, and I agree with you. Rad Dog really becoming a fine player out there.
Bolle Sengers 4, go to run in Crew. Yet to get off the markers. Oh, great turn, but Lupo is just magic, isn't he? Unfortunately, sets a little bit off. He's underneath the ball, and in turn. He can't do a lot with that. Interesting to see Nikolai Kodafava now. It just shows how brutal the Beach Pro Tour is, Richie, when Nikolai Kodafava, who won in Jomala last year, and now in the qualifiers and didn't get out the qualifier in Jomala. Sorry,
yeah, it's wild how difficult it is on the World Tour, especially if you're talking about the Elite 16 events.
Really is. Teams now needing, well, they can't compound bad results on the World Tour because all of a sudden your 3 or 4 events mean that you're in the qualifier.
Serving the ball, they have to get over to the other side, collecting the first point.
Great serve from the left side.
And grab it. Here you go.
Sengers goes off the hands. Dirk, did you touch that, Dirk?
No, he didn't. It was just a matter of whether or not it fell wide. And yeah, well seen, well dodged.
Wow.
Good serve.
What a serve.
Fire. Dirk gets beaten fast to the right-hand side. Lupo Rossi on 4. And Volley and Sengers are cooking on gas here nicely. Oh, good hands.
Wow. Then we're talking this time.
2 blocks in quick succession.
Now they can start.
Crew just smothering that thing. Really nicely done.
The flag is up.
Yeah, I mean, his hands are quite close together and they're so strong, aren't they?
Yeah, that was just an excellent read as well.
Oh, a little bit of pin placement for Crew, just trying to fizz it out, but it's a bit too tight for the rat dog, as you call him, Richie. And well, yeah, we're going to make that stick. They're still on 0.
Yeah, he was looking for a little pushback from Rossi, didn't get it and followed through into the net.
Oh, Mets Sengers. Certainly aggressive player, a loud player. Loves his beach volleyball, Mets Sengers. Saw them on the Futures Tour quite a lot last year. They've won on the Dutch Tour this year as well. That's still sailing. And this would be an unlikely victory for Volley Sengers, but I said to you earlier, not to be underestimated, especially in this format of the game.
Great movement in the back.
Let's go, Youssef. Get your hands on that, sir. Go on, hit it, hit it, hit it.
Oh, that's a strong
Oh, boy.
That's what we wanted, though, Richie. Who wanted, really, the rat dog to dig that over?
We want to see a healthy cut at that.
Yeah. We don't want to see anyone just
Youssef not sure that was worth his effort.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
action. You only can see at King of the Court.
That one's out from Sengers.
That was the cause.
It's Lupo now. You can't really understand what he's saying, but a lot of Italian body language coming off of him.
Yeah, they weren't pleased with that first contact from Sengers. Enrico read that over on one attempt very well, swatted it back, and they didn't like how Sengers contacted the first ball.
Great height on the set. That's a mean swing from the rat. I mean, to find the cross body from that inside is not easy, Rich, is it?
No, I like that too when he's got the shoulders square, comes all the way across the body. It's just adds some deception in there.
Yeah, absolutely. In theory, the more that you hit from the middle, you should lose certain angles, but Itirat's still showing that he can hit those tough angles from the inside. Well, they're kicked out. Dirk Bolle and Mez Sengers. Let's go, boys. 2 ball.
Wow.
Everyone saw it.
Second contact. Why not?
But it could not be dug.
7 minutes to go. Round about 10 points.
Yeah, when you execute that well, it doesn't matter if the other team knows it's coming or not.
Absolutely. It's that cross over the left shoulder. Second ball attack. Well, that's a good serve. Fast.
Great serve, yeah.
Accurate to the sideline. It's just getting a bit too warm for some of us, Richie. The Royal Block making a good head shade. 6:20 on the clock. Volley Sengers 5 away from the golden ball. The big news from this session
I would say
is the fact that Perisic Finer took 5th place, which goes down to one of the biggest shocks of my life anyway.
Of your life.
Yeah. He'll be up there. I can name some shocking experiences and I'll just layer that one in there.
I like that made the lifetime
Yeah, exactly.
top 10
Yeah,
shocks.
Maybe I'll start to share some of my shocking experiences.
Well, that'd be a good poll for us to put up. You can, list Perisic Schweiner getting 5th in this group and then another shocking experience and have people vote on which one's more Okay.
There's 100 shocking experiences going through my head. Not of mine, but just I just don't want to share any of them. Anyway, Lupo from the right side has a little look. Sat in that wider angle now. It's really good from the Rad Dog, and that's a great swing as well.
Yeah, great set, great put away.
Okay.
Maybe.
They're saving their best till the very end here. Richie, we go to the timeout, race to 15. I'm going to throw it out there. I know the Sengers and Bolle have 10 on the board. They've done so well, but I still think this is anyone's game.
I would agree with you, yeah. If Gauthier, Ratton, and Crow can catch a little fire coming out of this timeout, certainly they're not out of reach.
The winning team. So at the moment, it's the Dutch team, Netherlands in the
playing incredible though. The Dutch pairing of Bolle Sengers to make the quarterfinal would have been their aim, and they've well, not only done that, but they could also go with the golden ball. Join the conversation. All right, boys, on the beers. Is that a little beer? Any beers a bit bigger? Hashtag King of the Court at King of the Court Beach. If you were here, would you be drinking a bigger beer? Is the first question that I'm going to ask you.
Everyone who wants to yell for the Luxembourg.
Would I be? No.
No, you wouldn't be. I also wouldn't be. I mean, we're neither of us drinkers anymore, Richie. Well, I've never known you drink, but I'm now in your team.
Are you off of it now, just to aid with the limping around the city of Hamburg?
Yeah, exactly. For those at home, having a few joint problems at the moment, so for the last few months, definitely laying off of the old fizzy stuff. If anyone's interested, wherever you're watching,
Devil's Brew.
Into my, a look into my private life. So, Daniele Lupo serving to get us back going. It's all a bit quiet, a little bit like a library here in Luxembourg, but there we go. The beat is never far away, Rich, from King of the Court venue. Get up,
Yeah, the fans a little bit subdued at losing their boys in the last 15-minute round.
Yeah,
but a fine showing that was, and they've been out full force all weekend.
Oh, good width, nice knuckle. It's a right play, I think, there from Crew to just play that ball and knuckle over the top. But for once, his knuckles let him down.
Yeah, there are the Luxembourg boys.
And that's our team this week are phenomenal. Every time we don't get enough credit, the guys in the track art directors and production team. You seem to know where to put the camera shot next before anyone else. We mentioned one team, and they're already looking at it.
Yeah, that's excellent stuff, and I also have to kind of give my commendations to them as well for piping me in remotely. What a play from Volleyball. Kind of faced some technical difficulties this morning, and the whole crew was working frantically to get that going. And what a nice job they've done.
Yeah, absolutely. Richie is joining us from the USA. I am courtside.
USA.
You chant what you want, mate.
Everybody now.
No, that only happens in your country.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it happens everywhere else.
That's a distinctly different meaning everywhere else.
Yeah. Maybe not. Service is coming. Bolle Sengers 11-6-4. So, Bolle's passed one off the net. That's a rare commodity from Doug Bolle. Okay, you've got a little bit of a run at this, and it is a run. Oh, lefty off there. No way, Daniele Lupo!
That was a great one. Daniele Lupo. Hitting it on purpose.
I don't know what language you speak, but in my language, that's a beautiful thing.
Against the rally. Good one,
That was a
guys.
beautiful thing. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a former teammate of mine, Casey Jennings,
Now they try
who's obviously married to Kerry Walsh Jennings. He used to do that with some regularity on short balls, play it into the net on purpose, like we saw Lupo do there. Get that good bounce out for his partner.
Hang on a minute. Did you just say teammate?
Yes, he didn't touch the ball. He did.
We played together in college, yeah.
Oh, nice. There you go. Learned something new every day. I thought, you know, Jennings Lambourne could have been a beach team for a few events once upon a time. In which case, I need more information.
Yeah, everyone else on tour called us an easy first round victory.
Yeah. If that ever happened, I'd have loved to have seen it.
So
Anyway,
it's the last
into a good spot for, say, knuckle over the top. That's a very good bit of placement with the knuckle. 90 seconds or so left, and, well, Dirk Bolle and Mez Sengers are trying to hold on for this golden ball, so they'd like to get back down there. Mez Sengers, good reactions, Mez. Get up and turn. It's a lefty knuckle for the loss this time from Mez Sengers. And you never know, we're down to 2. Gautier and crew could do a favor here, though, for Bolle and Sengers. No, miss serves don't count, though. So now Bolle Sengers have their own fortune in their hands. Great. But it's just wide, Rich.
Oh, just wide. Yeah, that was a heck of a swing. Rossi can't believe he missed that. Neither can I.
Counts for the king side.
Well, Sengers. And surely now the golden ball is going the way of Bolle and Sengers. Outstanding
40 seconds left.
work from
12
them.
points for the Dutchies.
And again, Rich, it's sort of showing that although Bolle and Sengers are not high up the, or as high up the world ranking, sorry, that was not the right phrase, as their opponents at the moment, this format of the game, with the skills that these two have,
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
what kind of crazy
they have been
block is
outstanding.
that?
Sorry, now I'm getting caught into the rally like everybody else.
How about that play for the Rad Dog blocking it 9 feet off the net and just tomahawking it over and in?
5, 4,
Well, 5 seconds. And the golden ball goes the way of the Dutch. Well done, guys. We know that you love this format of the game. We know that you are very, very good at it. But you've just taken the golden ball forward to the next round, and you are through to the quarterfinals. All 3 teams are through to the quarterfinals. Richie, they sort of did it quietly, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. That was kind of the classic king of the court, where they just, I don't know, not eked their way, but weren't dominant in getting to this final 15-minute round. They really turned it on.
Very nice, and all the crowd cheering for everyone, not even for Luxembourg, for all the players. It's really, really nice to play here. Real pleasure. Thank you.
And we will see you later on. You're going to follow me, guys, because we have the
Well, we're going to hear from them again, I think. We've heard from them once. And to put that into perspective, Sengers and Bolle at the moment, yeah, they haven't played that much internationally. They're 105 in the world, and they've taken the golden ball in front of Lupo and Rossi and Arnaud Gautier and Youssef Crew, which again is showing us how tough this competition is, Rich, and what a good performance that was from them.
Yeah, it is. They're really built well for this format, I think. You know, Dirk controls the ball so well. Sanger's good physical up there. Dirk's got a great, deep, hard float serve that gets them opportunities on the king side. So their game really matches up well with this format.
Well, they are ready for us with Axel downstairs. I'm really excited to hear from these guys.
Yeah, thanks guys, thanks guys. What an amazing match. Now you got the golden ball. I told it before, the crowd, you're 18 years old. How much stress was it for you playing here?
It was super cool. We knew we had like a really tough pool. They're a great team, so it was really nice to just play here. And we said one thing, we just have fun and we try our best, and we knew we can do it, but then we need to do it, but we did it, so that's nice.
I read before you guys were quite successful playing at your home place. You won some tournaments and medals. And is this something for your confidence going over to this tournament, or doesn't matter because it's just a lot of fun playing here?
I think specifically because we also in the Netherlands have this King of the Court tournament. So we won actually the national championships in May, it was, I think. So we kind of get used to playing this game. So the stress factor, which is really there, for us, we're getting used to it. So it's more comfortable playing, yeah.
So do I have to tell the rule about the golden ball, or are you experiencing that?
We are experiencing that. We can know when we want to use it.
Okay, perfect. That was the right answer. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thanks.
Well, Richie, they're delighted with themselves, and rightfully so.
Indeed. And 18 years old. I mean, how about that?
Incredible, wasn't it? I didn't know until this weekend that he was quite as young as he is, Mez Sengers, and yeah, he's an outstanding prospect. Another one playing a high level in Holland at the moment. They just seem to have so much depth. My word. Well, there you go. Another session comes to an end here as we have a look at the crowd. We'll be back very shortly with more action. There's a slight break now here in Luxembourg, but for myself, Rich Lambourne, Axel and the team, it's goodbye for now.